Game number 2, Panthers and the Ravens from Baltimore. Baltimore 1.5, 36.5 the total. These are both bet-on teams with their quarterback situations.
Yeah, certainly. When we're talking about QB rotations, both of these squads have QB rotations that we like. And, of course, with a total of 36.5, if you can find any inkling that the coaches are going to air it out a little bit, it might be something to look at. Let's talk about the Ravens. You know, everyone knows Joe Flacco. Don't know if Flacco's going to go. It's going to be Ryan Mallett and Josh Johnson. Flacco, they're looking at him to come back by the end of the preseason. But Mallett, someone who's had significant previous experience. He's a veteran. Josh Johnson is a mobile quarterback, and Jared Johnson should play here as well. He's got a fascinating story. Came out of A&M 5 years ago. He's been in 5 training camps over the last 5 years. He's been cut at the end of every training camp every season. But another guy who has the potential to create with his legs as much as his arm. And Carolina's a similar story when you look at the quarterback situations. You know, you've got Cam Newton, obviously. You have Derek Anderson, the veteran for Carolina. You love a guy like him coming in and with the potential to carve up a second or third string defense. And you have Joe Webb, a guy who's made me a ton of money in the preseason over the years. Again, the guys who are coming in with the fourth string receivers and the third string offensive line, and the continuity isn't there on offense. You love a quarterback who can create with his feet. Joe Webb's been able to do that throughout the course of his preseason career.
So we're going to talk about this in deep dive, but you have to know your coaches here. And John Harbaugh is 7-1 in preseason openers, and he was not happy with the 1-3 straight up last year.
No, and you know, Baltimore throughout the Harbaugh era has been a bet-on team in August, particularly in this role as home favorites. They've been very, very good. They went 4-0 straight up and against the spread the previous year in 2014, but last year 1-3 in August, and the only win came in the opener where they won by 3 in a game where they were laying 2.5. They covered by a hook. But Harbaugh talked about how that 1-3 preseason kind of set the tone for an 0-3 start to the regular season, which set the tone for what was a pretty bad campaign for Baltimore. So there is a vested interest for the Ravens in winning this preseason opener. That being said, for Ron Rivera, who's also been a pretty good preseason coach, certainly was last year, Carolina, not a team I'm in any rush to bet against in August, given their QB rotation and their propensity for winning these type of games in recent years, and their strong depth, one of the big things that carried them all the way to the Super Bowl a season ago.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.